Okay, we are back at this game, TouchStarved. I did play it like, what, 2 days ago, but I don't know, I want to play it again. I want to play it from the start again. I was supposed to like start earlier, but I got really distracted, so either way. I went back in time as well. It's daylight savings, so when it hit 3 a.m. we went back to 2 a.m. so I'm like, oh, look at that. I didn't lose any hours, I guess. Most people would be like, oh yeah, we get extra sleep, and me and be like, I didn't do anything, so I'm just gonna stream. So let's start again. TouchStarved. I also, for some reason, before I started, like just before I was about to press start streaming, I was yawning so much again. I don't know why it keeps happening every time. Like, it happened last time as well, but you know, doesn't matter. Okay. Yes, I know. I am me, Naoto. Sama. Yeah, Naoto will you. Naoto's okay. I'm gonna choose the same one. I'm gonna choose the rogue. It began with fogfall. Spectacle mist bled from the seams, where reality wore so thin it split. Okay, even though I played this before, I still don't know how to pronounce a lot of words, so, you know, there's still that going on for me. From that fog emerged monsters. Inhuman beings. Oh god. Inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect, and others were mindless beasts driven by little more than the desire to slaughter. As the city fell, the unrest spread. Humans united in the fear while monsters thrive in the chaos. And then there's you. There's me. Me is... You're not sure if you're human. You were born cursed, with hands that alter minds of anyone you touch. Choose your backstory. The rogue. The hound. That son of a bitch that bloody took my money and then like fucked off with it. Yep. Your name is Naoto. You select she, her pronouns. Your backstory is the hound. Is this correct? We. That's correct. Let's go. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out there but death. The ever-present stench of decay and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell you the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I've joined the caravan bound across the waters. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse and my canteen ran dry, I began to despair, but then I saw it. Aridia. Aridia, the city of knowledge. One of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called the Cinnamon. Watch me forget how to pronounce it and I know how to say it, like I did last time. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anything, I'll find my cure for my curse. It's here. Pretty. I know who's there. All that stands between me and a cure is the final stretch of the salt-soaked waste, or so I think, until I see the first tendrils of the fog sneaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogfall? Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm's more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but in a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence heavy as the mist falls over us. there's a warning we get. It is a strangled scream. Ah! Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into a wet gargling. Then the wagon violently pitched to its sides. I hit the ground hard and the air punched from my lungs. When I opened my eyes, adrenaline lent suddenly awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with lies face down on the mud. Their backs were reduced to long strings out of torn muscles, gleamed gristles, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain, so blinding. White blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravana. I don't know how to say that. I freeze, but it swivels its head. Dozens of bulging eyes twitch in my direction. I'm blinking as one. Yeah, I've seen you before, mate. Come at me! The soulless lets out an ear-splitting screech and runs at me. Wish I had a knife. Right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move now. There's nothing at, like, I just run to the city, man. I don't know why would you run to the wagon. There's nothing there. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that I fear that I'm heading in the wrong direction until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadows of the spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist from the source, but the fog floor twists and stretches sound. Suddenly the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. Sabra! He slams into me, knocking me to the ground, and slips in a patch of blood. The soulless falls onto him as soon as he slows. Catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with a razor-sharp claws. Ooh. See you, mate. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and versa from steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit! Hand catches on a jagged edge of a rib, jutting up from the water, bandages unfurling around the gorge, torn deep into my palm. The pain quickly forgotten when a hand closed around my wrist. Ah, shit. Can you stand? Oh god, I need to sneeze. I need to sneeze. I need to sneeze. Okay, finally. Oh god. One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me. We need to run. They reach for my hand and I realize it's too late. My bandages have come undone. No! Don't touch me! The sensations of their thumb brushing the back of my hand send a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch. And the space of a breath, my curse takes a hold. The lips peel back into a deranged grin. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse. Madness of my own making. Nice face. The grip on my hand tightens until the pain radiates from my knuckles. I like the hand though. The hand's nice. It's like a nice glowy touch. Let me go! Suddenly the clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Die! 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 Spit bubbles at the corner of the... Spit bubbles at the corner of their mouth and flex onto my face. Ew. The edges of my of my vision darkens as my lungs scream for air. Son of a bitch. Well, you can't really speak, so fight him off. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. I'm gonna get you, man. The more I struggle, the tighter the grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm gonna die. Not because of the fog for the soulless, but because of my own curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, 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 no. Not here. Not like this. The hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. The lungs burn with each fragment cough. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine. Lips still split from the macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give me one last shuddering breath, then slumps over the claws hooked through their stomach. The soulless shoves the body aside, and the glowing eyes startling its leathery skin thin as though grinning. Son of a bitch! There's a flash of claw, red spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of the slit, filling my mouth and the icy embrace of the shallow water. Distantly, I notice an arm wrestling among an outcrop of reed, mine neatly severed at the elbow. It should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold, alone, and face down in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Oh, it's so bright. If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of the bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion until all thoughts and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me, in the madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought has terrible appeal to it. But in the next moment, I take a reflexive breath. Air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Feeling comes flooding back, warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface beneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. Be afraid! Always be afraid! I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my blurry vision at the bright glow of the lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding, but more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out. Oh, okay, sorry. God damn it. My words comes out in a little more than a creaky whisper. Okay, Stay away from me. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No? Who the hell is this? Sure, just lie down, just like, ugh. Fuck this shit. I let myself slump back against the thin pillow, wincing when the motion jolts my head. Ah, a cooperative patient. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I sat up last time and he was like, oh, I'm cooperative. The words swim in one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheets up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision clears. Whoa, my god. The stranger towers over my prone forms. Warm light reflects off his pristine metal coat. I instinctively shrink back. That's when I notice I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Oh, don't look at me. I'm insecure. Naked, lying on a low cot with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hand. I plunge my hand under the sheets to hide them from sight, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they look like. Yeah, I know. My amazing glowing hands. Strange. Curse. Inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable suspicion and disgust, but his expression doesn't even flicker from the courteous smile. He watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You're safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea of what I am. I've never been so safe anywhere with anyone. The only people I've entrusted betrayed me for a fat purse of coin. Yeah, I know. Man, I hope I get to see them because far out and punch them in the face. I scour, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hand. I see you are not to be dissuaded. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. Stand up. Stand up, right. Let me see you. With a soft creak, he stands from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. I seem to be in some sort of medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line up the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctively metallic that I can't quite place. Okay, let us examine you. You get the nice, like, long hair, brown long hair vibes of like Zhongli, but tan, you know, nice gold eyes. I like that. Makeup? Or is it like a gem or something? I like that. Nice earrings. Love it. The half like turtle halter thing that's going on. The nice long coat. I thought it was like a cropped blazer, but it's like a full coat. I like that. I like the little armor thing. All the golds. I am so confused and always confused. Why the hell does he have fucking vials right next to his chest? Like, if you were to, like, be in a fight, I feel like if there was something bad in those vials, you just chuck it at them. I don't know. And then, like, one's a cure, I guess. The doctor proceeds a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. Oh shit, you're tall, but I'm pretty short, so it doesn't take that much to, you know. Get out! Get the fuck out! I lift my head, looking defiantly into those golden eyes. Could you step out for us? I'm not getting dressed with you standing here. To my surprise, a man's mouth quirks. I was not planning on watching. Yeah, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Still smiling to himself, he disappears through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. Remember that. The lock turns behind him. I count to 3 in the sudden silence. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch of my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub it, then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. I know what I saw. The beast took my arm clean off, and yet my arm's showing no signs of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead. Or at the very least, gasping my last breaths. I squeezed my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I reach for the replacement clothes and begin to stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, with a black woolen cloak to go with them. But there's one thing still missing: my bandages. The golden eye man didn't leave me with any, even though he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, then there must be some bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course that's when the door swings open once more. See? The door swings open. How the fuck did you open a door that is locked? Bruh. Because then it would be like I hear that like door click again to unlock, and then he swinged it open, or he like barged in, like he kicked the door down. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump against the edge of the cot. Your cautious is understandable, though if I mean you any harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and molten skin disappears under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I clench my jaw. I knew it. Would only be a matter of time before he asked about my hands. Though the way he did it is strangely roundabout. Yes, of course people are gonna ask, but you know, you don't have to be fucking like pissed off about it, girl. Kotowaru. I decline. No. Well, it's a very personal question. I don't really want to answer. Is that so? Surely you realize that I can only help if you tell me what ails you. What ails you, little one? An involuntarily snort of laughter escapes me. Where do I even begin? Would he even believe me if I told him? Bruh. Would you believe that I fucking got cursed? That if you touch me, you're gonna get a deranged smile and you probably like choke me to death. No. Best to keep my curse to myself for now and learn more about him first. Who are you? You may call me curious. And where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assumed your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go to. Iridia. So I made it into the city of knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How do I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment. Which you provided? Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. Maths is hard, okay. Not everyone gets maths. I don't understand maths. I'm always asking my friends for maths. Shit, I need to do something. I need to transfer money later. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from a bit of stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, I trailed off bewildered. I've never heard any of magic that could heal a mortal wound like that. What kind of person could do such a thing? The doctor, curious, pinches the bridge of his nose, sits back down in his chair quiet for a long time. I don't know where you come from, but Iridia is the city of knowledge, and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and it's most unwise to give or receive it freely. Since you have refused to indulge your secrets, I will not indulge mine. I do not even know your name. It was just... You are new to Iridia, so I will overlook this specific breach of etiquette. However, you should not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? He looks pointed at my freshly bandaged hands. Though I am to admit he has a point. I am a complete stranger to him, and if he is telling the truth, he saved my life. I take a deep breath, steadying breath. This time when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. I'm always myself, man. Fuck off, girl. Come on. Naoto. My name is Naoto. You can call me Naoto-sama. Or Ice-Bee. Icebreaker. Naoto. Naoto's you. Naoto's okay. It is a pleasure to meet you, Naoto. Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you too, Curious. With a little more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. Thank you. Thanks for saving me, man. I chance a smile in return. Even though he won't explain how he did the impossible, there's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if it not for Curious. Think nothing of it. I'm not sure if he's being excessively courteous, but his words only rained more urgent questions. But I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Curious. I could hardly leave you dying in the waste. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. What the? Come on, girl. You should know this. You're in a doctor's clinic. Of course he's gonna save you. The only thing that I'm questioning is how the fuck did he find me out there in the waste? Like, was he the one that found me in the waste? What is he doing in the waste? Did someone else find us at the waste and then bring us back to him, and then he fixed me up and did all that other shit? What the fuck, man? What were you doing in the waste? I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak at the end of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicacy embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what kind of price Curious might have asked for such a well-made cloak. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption, I rarely come across so fascinating a patient. Yeah, your face. Bleh. I blink. What did he say? I mean, I simply meant that there's a few that would cling to life so resolutely for such a brave, frivolous journey to Iridia. I could not help being curious about you, Naoto. Did you find me in the waste or not, bruh? The fuck? His voice dips into a soft murmur, and he abruptly looks away from me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me, bitch. Look at me. Look at me. You're pretty curious yourself? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say to that. If you knew more about me, you might not like what you... If you knew more about me, you would not like me as much as you think. Doctor or not, he wouldn't want to risk his life or sanity over me. No one ever does. Girl. Well, just you wait and see. A peculiar thing to say. Why would I have cause to dislike you? And here we are, back to my curse, the thing I've desperately tried to avoid discussing. Hey man, you're the one who fucking kind of bring it up, man. You didn't have to, you could have just steered the conversation somewhere else, but oh. A loud knock at the door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent, and Curious lets out a tired sigh. Please wait your turn. Though he says it. Oh, okay. Please wait your turn. Yes. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything else before you leave, Naoto? Oh, between the solace attack and my miraculous survival, I almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the Cinnabum. The Cinnabum? I think, yeah. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, chooses his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Don't look at me like that! Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. The Cinnabum's gate opened for precious few viewers. Even if they did, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risk life and a limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I only just arrived, and Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Yes. But if not the Cinnabum, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. No. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wet Wick and ask for Leander. Leander! Excuse me? The Wet what? The Wet Wick. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the postings advertising Leander's bloodhounds. They are difficult to miss. Huh? When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. I'm still not liking the name. I don't know. It's kind of a weird name. I'm like, Leander? Okay. That isn't much to go on, but Curious points towards the clinic's back door. You will be safe as so long you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Thanks, Curious. Thanks, man. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slipped out to the back door. Let's go! Ba, 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 ba. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up to my nose, stepping over the contents of the chamber pots that have been emptied into the street. Something weighs heavily inside one of my cloak pockets. My coin purse! My purse! Everything's still inside. Every last coin that I scraped together for the journey to Iridia. It doesn't even look like it was even open. There were so few coins to begin with that weren't worth stealing. I'd be pretty pissed off if I found out that bloody Curious stole my fucking money. I would charge in there and be like, yo, you stole my fucking money. I'm fucking broke as fuck, and look at you with your pristine coat and all that bullshit. What do you need my money for? I glance back and look at the clinic's closed door. Curious didn't even take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. He also said that Iridia's secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? It's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Curious gave me a second chance and laid on where I might find help. Oh, I better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out the alley and into the crowded main street. The light outside Curious Clinic stretches down to the road already. Two thin peddlers queue up alongside of the weathered elders. If there's any place in desperate need for a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestone are treacherously rough under my feet. Deep grooves worn between them and regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrow streets. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over me. My stomach gives a faint gargle. Damn it, man, you're talking about food. I'm getting hungry, but I just ate not that long ago. Actually, no, I ate like a few hours ago. Yeah. This morning's catch, fried up hot and fresh. Not too many people eyeballs today. What? What? That sounds disgusting. But I'm starving. So I stuck my head under the store's grubbing awning. A large fish leers at me, its three bulging eyes still visible through its thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gapped tooth grin. Isn't that just the Simpsons, like, orange fish thing? What's the cheapest thing you got here, man? The cheapest thing you got here, man? The vendor points at the metal basket of what it looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long lads, 3 copper a piece, don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. Ugh. Eh. 2 streets later, I passed under a wort iron archway adorned with dangly garden of red and pink lilies. The building in this corner are decently riot of color, painted walls and tinted glasses everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voice call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. Entertainment district. Ho ho. Yeah, this must be Rudy's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs off my hands when I spot a poster. What poster? I don't see shit. I don't know the fuck you're talking about. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the word Bloodhounds printed above his head, a motto. As above, so below, circled the artwork. What? If Leader is the leader of the Bloodhounds, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. Likely his. I follow the line of identical posters around the corner, and I nearly hit my head on the precarious dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, "The Wet Wick." The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Oh ho ho, let's go! Ah! The inside of the bar is far cry of the abandoned exterior. It's not even midday, and yet most of the tables and booths are occupied by a loose assembly of people in their matching green cloaks. There's a lot you can say about a city and its dives, but this one seems ordinarily enough, even if the uniforms are unusual. A courtesy glance doesn't even take anyone with the dagger-shaped earrings. I'm about to head towards the counter when a chant rises from the center of the room. Show, 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 show! Woo, 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 woo! The remaining green cloaks abandon the bar and the booths to rush towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. There's no time to move out of the way. I'm caught, swept along it. The ale stench current. Hey! Rhythmic chanting drowns out my voice. I thrash, throwing my elbows as the press of the bodies grows heavy. You fucking bitch. You're fucking heavy and hot and fucking get off me. Get off. My hips knock into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled. The chanting stopped. A pair of glide, gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Man, don't step on the fucking table with your dirty ass shoes. God damn it, man. The fucking bartender has to clean that shit up. Seriously, you dogs again? Scattered laughter and cheers rise from the voice. I drag my eyes upwards. Hello. A well-dressed man stands on the table in front of me. His broad shoulders framed the thick lapels of the trench coat. Yeah. Big. This is really the last time, alright? This time when he speaks, the audience falls silent, as though bewitched by his magnetic presence of the rich, low voice. God damn it, man, I can't really do a low voice. Fuck that shit. Awesome, bruh. But nothing as captivating as his smile. He beams at the crowd around him as a performer on his makeshift stage. Don't blink, or you miss it. He laughs and the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in the flash of gold. It seems I found Linder. Yep, I need to sneeze again. Fucking hell. He raises his hand above the audience and snaps. Oh no. You can hear it, right? Snap, snap. But a flash of pale green. Real magic. No ordinary stage trick blinds me. Oh my god, fuck hell. As the brilliance amps up, my gaze refocuses on the mage towering above me. Yes, towering with that big-ass bust. Holy shit, man. He flicks his wrist, and the magic spiraling around him pulsates. A delicate flower stems sprout from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals springs forth. I said it looked like Cecilia flowers from Genshin Impact. Still does. Gives me Amino vibes, all the green. Oh my god, you're Amino. Oh, bruh. With a flourish, the mage presents the conjured flowers. The audience bursts into clapping and cheers. A genuine magic show was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. Linda plucks the iridescent bouquet out of the air and turns into a slow circle, giving his audience a good look. Can I see it? Now, you could use some good luck. Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table. Some reach for the lilies while others whistle and call Linda's name. Woo! Linda! Woo! But his cool green eyes slide right over them, locked onto mine instead. How about you? My chest tightens and every person gathered turns to stare at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I don't want to refuse. I want it, but he's gonna take it. Take it. I reach out all too aware. My fingers travel out as I carefully take the flowers from him. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the flowers leave Linda's hand, the light dims. They fade away into a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Linda laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long. But they leave an impression, right? Pressed flowers, man. Pressed flowers. Oh wait, no, I did do it. I did do it in uni once. Pressed flowers. Wait, no. Lie. We were supposed to do it, but we didn't. I still want to do it. Pressed flowers. Or, you know, chucking in some resin or some shit, you know. He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Hello, Linda. Linda steps off the table, drops among the excited crowd with an audible clink. Alright, Bloodhound. Get back to your drink. Show's over. Show's over, Mike. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to your drinks. The green cloaks disperse at his command, returning to the tables and booths. Before I can make my way towards Linda, his eyes find me. He gives me a friendly wave and beckons me over to the crowded counter. God damn! Black hair, nice earrings. I'm scared that's gonna like pierce you if you like move your head around. The scar. Small protective chest plate, not even chest plate, shoulder plate. I don't know. The harness. Fucking big ass bust. Huge shoulders. Oh shit, man. Huge arms. Not as a tiny waist, but you know, it's there. It's like here, yeah. Coconut. And then yeah. I managed to squeeze beside him, and there's little so room that his broad shoulders press against mine. At tense, he doesn't seem to mind at all. Yeah, man, you're just so fucking big. Fucking hell, man. Move! Is this your first time in Iridia? Oh, yeah, true. Also, yeah, samesies. The diamond badge thing with the chain. Hell yeah. Twinsies! He says it lightly, like a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. Cringe! My eyes flickered to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes my eyes contact difficult. You got them bags, but yeah, just wipe it off. Yeah. As on cue, the bartender approaches us. What can I get you? Surprise me. And add anything my friend wants to my tab. Just water, please, man. Just water. I wasn't expecting the generosity, but I have to admit, I do feel a bit thirsty after all that fried dough. Water, please. Water's fine. While the bartender leaves to fix out drinks, Linda leans his elbow on the counter. I'm close enough to notice his purple eyeshadow under his lids. Why do you have purple eyeshadow? I mean, like, sure, but like, why under? You want to look edgy, but like, why not like put like brown, like a nice brown, like there, you know? Doesn't look that purple, but okay, I trust you, man. His eyes wander over me in return, but then they looked over to my bandaged hands. A sour taste rises in my throat. Here comes the question. So, what brings you to the Wick? Kira sent me. Kite. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, but immediately falls back into its place. I just noticed his hair is like past his eyes. Like my hair is past, like my bangs are like that too, but mine's more stiff. Like it doesn't fully fall back into my face. It kind of just sits like here because it's dried up. Not like dried up, like it's dry and it's puffy, so it sits like here. But if I wet it, then yeah, it's like down here. So anyways, so it's about work. The bartender pushes a glass of our way. I didn't realize how thirsty I am until the cool water touches my lips. I drain the water in a single gulp. Linda takes a deep swig of his beer and lets a satisfied breath. How could I be of assistance? I need to get to the Symbonium. Ugh. As soon as I say the word Symbonium leaves my mouth, the entire bar falls silent. Bloodhound twist around in their seats to gawk openly. Finally, an especially drunk one speaks up. The hell are you bringing up the Symbonium in here? Throw them out! This is a Bloodhound's territory. The virtual catches me off guard from the anger looks thrown my way. It's clear I've broken some unspoken rule about mentioning the Cinnabum. Cero something? When I glance up at Linda, he's drinking. As though he hasn't noticed the uproar, only when he catches me looking does he lowers his glass. For the love of... He drags a hand down his face. Hey, keep it down, will you? This is business. I tense, expecting an argument, but the outspoken bloodhound silently returns to their drinks. Only a handful continue to watch me warily. Sorry about them. The Cinnabum's a bit of a touchy subject in these parts. Mixed in enough drinks and... well, you saw. How about we continue this outside? Yeah. When I gave him a terse nod, he pushes away from the bar counter. I follow Linda to an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick where layers of the frayed bloodhound posters have been plastered to the walls. Same then side by side, the resemblance between Linda and his likeness on the posters is impressive. Curious didn't send you here for help with the Cinnabum, did he? From the looks he gave me, he already knows the answer. I glance away. Yeah. No, he didn't. Suggest I find an alternative. Yet here you are, asking about them anyway. What do you need the Cinnabum for? I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people would know about my capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leader takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Ah, look at you. Damn, nice gloves. Well, I see you're already aware of the city's currency. Information's worth its weight in gold here. Curious told you the truth. The Cinnabum's dangerous. Get on their bad side and they'll imprison you if you're lucky. Lucky. Or torture you if you're not. But the Cinnabum's supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The Cinnabum has always been heralded as the last bastion of humanity's knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a world steeped in nightmare. If any place held answers, it would be the Cinnabum. That's why I came here. That's what they want you to think. But things don't seem too good to be true are often just as said. I said something wrong in that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling if it's true. If I staked my life, everything on the line, then what now? Linda clears his throat. But as I always say, there's a solution to every problem, and alternatives to every solution. Claps his hand and turns to me with a brilliant smile. Ah, that's why Curious pointed you to the Bloodhounds. Let us help you. Whether it's hunting soulless, finding people, or recovering stolen valuables, we can do it all, and free of charge. Oof. Damn. How the hell the fuck do you make business, man? I'm shaking my head before he's finishing his practice speech. My patient is wearing dangerously thin. Not that, you fucking ass. I appreciate, but no. Listen, I appreciate the offer, but my problems can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander nods slowly. Then your problems must be fairly serious, and if the Cinnabum's your first choice, You're searching for a magical solution, aren't you? When my eyes widen, he nods along, as though he suspected all along. I'd be happy to help. That is, if you tell me what ails you. What ails me, Linda, is that you're not here with me now. Linda might not work for the cinnamon, but he is a mage, and a powerful one that, if his demonstration earlier isn't any indication. What's an indication that he's a powerful mage who can make flowers appear out of thin air? I'm silent, plagued by indecision. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives yet. I hate to admit it, but this could be my only path forward. My confession comes out like a pained whisper. I'm cursed. Cursed? Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? Oh, but smiling though. Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? He looks at me up and down, taking in my face, eyes, and finally, my hands. Your hands, isn't it? I wait until I'm certain my voice will remain steady before answering. My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I finish, Linda begins taking off his glove. He tugs his right hand free and flexes his fingers. Let's see it. He offers me his hand. Oh, bro. A prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palms, but I'm already shrinking backwards. Bro. I can't. I don't care how confident Linger is. I can't bring myself to hurt him, to see his face twist into those masks of madness. But I want to see his face like that. Ko ni natte. Believe me, this isn't an ordinary curse. I'll be fine. Perhaps where you come from, your affliction was strange and one of a kind. But spend a year in the city, you'll see 1,000 curses and thrice as many curses. Do you really think curse would send you here if I couldn't handle it? Leader! How should I know? I only met him today. I'm as good as any mage in the Cenobum. Better even. If I can help, so can I. You so can. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I took from Linda's outstretched hands to his confident smiles. And with a short breath, I begin to unwind the bandages from my hand. Fine. If you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. God damn it. I'm supposed to. Linda. Hatsu. Linda. With each joint I expose, I grow more and more certain that this is a terrible idea. Ready when you are. I'm ready! If he's bothered by the way my hand looks, he doesn't show it. My fingers hover shakily over his palms. 3, 2, 1. Touch it! Touch it! Touch it! I tap his palms once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. When I look at his face, expecting the worst, Lena only grins. See? Sorry. See? It can't be helped. This time, when I reach out to Tate to touch Linda's palm again, catches my wrist before I can pull away. I told you, there's really nothing to worry about. Oh my god, your face, you're so cute. He trails off with my thumb brushes the soft skin in his inner wrist. I searched Linda's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remained a clear, soft green. With purple eyeshadow, remember that! Woo! Oh, a color arise in his cheeks, but remained still except for the subtle bobbing in his throat. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of Linda's palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't prepared for. I've been with other people, kissed them, embraced by them, and more, but not like this. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, picked up every single detail: the grooves of his palm, the smooth shells of his nails, the pulse of his heart. Yeah, I don't know, listening to like heartbeats is like kind of like half for me. Like before, like taking a shower, like I can hear my heartbeat and I'm like, it feels kind of weird. I don't know. People would say like, oh, but it's like proof that you're living. It's like, yeah, but I don't like hearing my own. For as long as I lived, I have never been able to hold someone's hand. Same. Not without dire consequences. Okay, not same. I've never realized that I was missing what I was missing until this moment. While Linda's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. Suzuki. My hand glides over Linda's wrist and up his forearms where his smooth skin abruptly gives way to his raised scar by the edge of his sleeve. Damn. It matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbones. Could it be the same wound? So, up here to like down there-ish? Damn, what the fuck? I glance at Linda's face and his lips part as he considered his words before speaking. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? A hand goes still on his arm. So far. Oh god. I can't read that. I can't read that. Okay. I know in his face. Oh, okay. I'll admit your touch does make it somewhat difficult to stay level-headed, but not due to your power. Okay, that part was kind of bad, but oh my god. Ah, shit. He takes my hand. His soft green eyes flicker to mine before he turns it to inspect the gold infused crisscrossing my knuckles. Look, we match. He points at the golden pin at his coat collar, and I give him a slight smile. We match! Oh, bro, I have gold in my fit too! Oh wait, I have gold in my earrings! Oh my god, we're matching! I don't wear green. So man. You know, I have a gold pin, I have gold earrings. I don't have a scar though, I don't wear a purple eyeshadow, but yeah, we're twins, bro! Twins! I draw my hand back and I take a steady breath. My head feels like it's gone. It has got earth. My head feels as though it's stuffed with cotton. Feels. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, though my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? I'm Naoto. You were right to hide this from me, Naoto. This curse of yours is unlike anything I've ever dealt with. I can tell you're discreet, but you do your best not to. I can tell you're discreet, but you're doing your best not to go showing that off to anyone. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I can tell you're discreet, but you best not go showing that off to anyone else. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was something I haven't considered. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. The Wetwick is noticeably quieter without the leader. Most of the bloodhounds have dispersed, or in a few cases fallen asleep besides their drinks. Got any rooms left? Or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? A bartender who I realized doubles as an innkeeper slides a key onto the counter. You know I always keep the corner room open for your escapades. Leader last sounds slightly strained. And I always appreciate it, but yours is mistaken. This is for my friend Naoto. Sure. Stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Escapades. What? Am I even reading that right? Leader clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for the day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. Bloodhound rates. My treat. Since you shared your secret, food and drinks and a warm bed, anything you need. I carefully take the key from him. It's small, but weighs heavy in my palm. Never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone 3 meals. I plan to steal whatever I need to get by, no matter how dangerous. Thank you. Thanks, man. Ah, man. Twinsies. Twin you. Thanks, man. Go explore, Naoto. You'll find many roads in Iridia, each leading to different answers. But if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. I will. Thanks, Linder. Just be careful. Thanks, Linder. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into my pocket cloak for safekeeping. Linder gives me one last friendly wave before I depart. Oh, Linder, no, come back. The air clings sudden and heavy without the morning crowd. The sunless streets looking barren and bleak. Even the peddlers are long gone. Only a pair of crows remain quibbling over stale crust in the gutter. I feel ridiculous pain of envy. At least they got into a reason to fight. I've never felt so lost. Curious and Linda both made it clear that the Cinnamon can't be trusted, but I came so far, endured so much. I need to see the Cinnamon for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. I should have asked someone at the bar directions before leaving. Ah shit, here we go again. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think. Until a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. A shadow runs down the street in rivulets. Formless dark spreads in the ink into the bottomless shades. Claw stretches. A muzzle spits open, revealing long jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I feel it. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or single breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I'm going to see what got me first. steel myself, then turn. Huh! The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm standing in the middle of the street, alone except for the figure reclining into the shadow of a nearby stoop. I was going to say shop. Oh my god. A monster? That much is clearly from a glance. Once that goes nearly for mistaken for a human were to be, not for its tufted ears, the tail curled around his ankle, or the dust pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall onto me. Our eyes meet and the monsters uncrossed his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me of an unsettling of blood where it curls around his collared throat. Jumpy, are we? His tone is light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. Huh? Me? Talking to me, bitch? When I look back, the stranger props his chin onto his knuckles and regards me, then indestructible little smile. Damn it. Didn't you see that shadow just now? It's massive. It moved like a beast. Did you see that fucking shadow? What the fuck? It's fucking huge, man. It fucking moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware how ridiculous I sound, but the stranger's smile didn't falter. The only beast that I've seen around the wick, drooling regulars. The only beast that... Okay, sorry, stranger. Okay. Huh. The only beast I've seen are the wick's drooling regulars. Though this did catch my eye. With a flourish of his hand, my in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turned on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. Jesus, man. Okay. I like your hair. I don't fully love it. It's okay. Ears. Nice makeup. Love it. Eyes. Makima mitai no? He looks like Makima. Collar. Bro. Ha! Nice. I'm like, damn, is that a slit? Whew! I like the color. I like the color that they're going for. Gives really like man-ho vibes. Is that a slit? Are you wearing shorts? Nice gloves. You look like a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. If I didn't know and you just looked at that, I just look and just be like, you're a piece of shit. My hands fly to my cloak pockets and sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his fingers, beckoning. I've taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on edge, thumbing with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flicker at the edge of my vision. I always track the worst of attention, but I can't get rattled now. Where did you find it? How did you even find it? The key, I mean. What can I say? I'm a sucker for shiny things. Oh my god, are you a bird? He smiles wide enough to reveal pointed canines. I saw you drop it. You should really be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage. A bold-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I can't figure out how he picked my pocket under my nose, but I'm certain he took my key and I need it back. Okay, hold on. If me, can steal from other people as well to survive, but can't even notice that someone else pickpocket from me. Am I even that good at pickpocketing? You know what I mean? Like, you have those that, like, you're good at one thing, but you can't recognize that someone else is good at another thing. Like, you can't protect yourself from the thing that you're good at. You can't protect yourself from other people stealing your shit just because you're good at stealing. You know what I mean? I approached the man carefully to keep an arm length away. He doesn't seem dangerous, but the more deadly ones never do. Yeah, it's just a bitch. Papa! The stranger's chain distinctly clinks with the tilt of his head. His ear flicks. Keeping your distance? Until I figure out how you managed to run me. Yeah, I am. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? Yeah. You need to use your tail or something? Gives me an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hairs, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? I mean, if I can suspect a doctor for fucking stealing my fucking money, but he did it, then yeah, I can expect you to fucking take my key. You just got me there. His shoe fabric that of his sleeve alone would be too expensive for the street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. District. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyways. Alright, I do it my way. I'm not looking to buy, man, and I doubt I could afford your service anyways. Lucky for you, I don't charge. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a fang, and for the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something else than dread. What, disgust? I feel disgusted. My face grows hot. Okay, we do like two different things. That's not what I meant. I'm flattered, really. We ex-trade. I'm flattered, really. Were X my trade, I might make an exception for you. How about a half off for a handy, or you could just hand over my key. Ask nicely and I might even let you tug on my tail. Okay, the only tail that I would probably like is Goro-kun. Because I know he maintains that shit. I don't think you maintain your own fucking tail, piece of shit. Just throw it here. So some spindly little sea urchin can snatch and run? Can snatch it and run? He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. Wow, you really are a bird. You're just like staring at the fucking key. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. But not like that. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not around here. So tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with dispersion. I don't know what that means. Not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this drudgery little pig pen? I wonder. He listlessly watches the arc of my key swinging from around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's jerk, and there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flicker towards me. They gleam with amusement. Unless you're dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassment have worn away, with leaving simmering impatience in its place. If this is a shakedown, it's the most infuriating one I've experienced. Yeah, I told you he's fucking annoying. Fucking hell. Piece of shit. Fuck off. Are you done? Or would you plan on flirting with me until night falls? He touches his chest in a mock affront. You wound me. How could you be so immune to my charms? Have you met Leander? God damn! You ain't no Leander. Fuck off. You're about as charming as an ox and a half as stubble. I suggest you go practice your seduction on someone interested. Bitch. That earns me a burst of breathy laughter. How about you teach me the ropes? Show me a thing or two. The more he flirts, the more I'm convinced that I become that thing is... The more he flirts, the more I convince I become that thing that is some sort of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. Well, yeah, he looks like a... Isn't he just like a fox? Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. So, I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you're not going to attack or bite. I won't bite hard unless you beg me. No. Oh, the fuck in that face too? No. Fuck off, man. Oh. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendos. Yeah, I have a few friends like that. I just ignore them. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their Lotus is utterly exquisite. Truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreaded place, if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. The man's gaze flickered from me to the key dangling from his finger. Naturally. This stuff was more than a miserable little smear when I first arrived. High town, low town, I know Iridia like the back of my hand. Your fucking hand is covered like with the glove. There's only like 2 fingers exposing. You have 4 for both. What about the cinnamon? Do you know where that is? The smile vanishes. Huh? Surely you've seen it. That surly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. You must met the spy that I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The cinnamon's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you a thing those stuffy boars in their limp deeds the tower couldn't ever dream of. I've already got plans, man. Oh? Have you had some pressing matters at the cinnamon? Lunch dates with librarians? Tea times with the most esteemed abbess? That's my business. What does it matter to you? I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of him. You're lost. The stranger, finally bored his tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no move, I reach for the key. As soon as my fingers graze the smooth brass, his hand sprung shut around my elbow. Oh my god, it's a K-drama moment. Please don't, like, dramatically pull me in or some shit. Ow! He yanks me down. Okay, never mind. He yanks me down and I stagger. My soul slips onto the steps. For a sick moment, I feel my bandages will unravel under his touch. He's careful not to disturb them, even as his finger digs into my arm. I knew I smelled blood. Eureka of death and the road. And that fucking doctor. His voice, once silken, lowers into a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Let go! I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. And just when I fear he'll bite, he takes a whiff instead. His wide, flat eyes gleam with a naked hunger as he gazes upon me. Abba! Not quite human, not quite monster. Seems we're both. Ver? The stranger ears flattened when he released me with a short breath. I yanked my arm back, massaging where he gripped left his screws in the bandages. The strangers twist around to watch a woman duck from the curtains behind him. Her pressed uniform bears the insignia of the Sabonium. And leave you for all of what, 10 minutes and you're making trouble again? Will you quit harassing the tourists? The stranger Ver, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric with a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes minutely. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Ver cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger dawns on you like a moth to a flame. It will always find you given time. The woman clucks her tongue, as though she heard the recital 102 times. Words of advice? Don't take free advice from a lazy foxes lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for a sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs off a wilting look at Ver. Oh, please. Any friends of yours know it's true. Now hold still. Ver rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. And suddenly it draws at me that the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from the harness attached to the collar. It's his leash. Ha! You're leashed, boy! A heavy iron chain around a hitching post and the padlock to the back of his collar. Ver posed deliberately to hide his leash from me. The woman proceeds a keyring from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into its lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on a merry little solace hunt. They're hunting for solace inside the city? Words momentarily fail me. The woman regarding me is polite, if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Vera lingers. Ugh. Stretches his arm over his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Your little secret's safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed, Vera hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail swears merrily, as though he hasn't just lied and threatened me. Yeah, bitch. Did you try that thing that I mentioned? The Lovington knot? I think that's the one where you take 3 fingers and... Actually, don't tell me. Knowing you, it's disgusting. Ver's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the clerk has vanished from the site that I realize I'm missing something. Wait. Reflexively, I shove my hands into my pockets and fire into the room key. I ease the key from my pockets and smooth my thumbs over its teeth as I try to recall a touch, a towel, or any hint to Ver's sleight of hand. I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that Cinnabon saw fit to leash him. A fate I could share, if that's his vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward past the lantern gently swaying in the breeze to the Cinnabons faintly visible through a haze. Just one glimpse is all I need, and I can put this all behind me. This time the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. I mean, you should have done in the first place, girl, I'm just saying. But, you know, but then the guy would take like your whole fucking wallet, and then I guess, you know. But, you know, you're taking the same advice or same thing that I do. Keep my key in my coin purse. Because it's small enough and my coin purse is big enough for it. Oh, okay, I need to go bathroom. So I'm gonna like pause here for like a second. Shoot. Bathroom break. Bathroom break. Bathroom break. Bathroom break, and then we shall continue. Okay. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Ah. Shit, I need to charge my phone. 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 Wait, I gotta charge my phone. Ah. Okay, I'm here. You ever get that thing that, like, you gotta charge your phone before you go to sleep? Well, because I use my phone to get to sleep, you know? So I like to have it, like, charged. Anyways. Okay. Continuing. It's easy enough to follow the sluggish river that splits Iridia into two. A colossal bridge arches over the dark water below. I say we're nearly halfway, so, you know, it's fine. I cross as quickly as I can, climbing over the uphill towards the distant tower. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beating off my forehead, I finally find what I was searching for. Ah, the Symbonium. It's kind of pretty, but it's kind of not. You know what I mean? I like that. I like this part. I like the gold that's going on. But it's because, like, the whole nature thing that's taking over it. I'm like, man, you don't, like, take care of your fucking, like, building. God. Okay. Oh, wait, did I? Okay, I didn't read this. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounding the cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, paying no attention to the massive tower in the midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up and up until the top of the Symbonium tower disappears into the clouds overhead. I frown at the gates, wondering what terrible traps they might contain. Despite the delicacy beauty, there must be more than them than meets the eye. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the stairs when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadow figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out to tug on the vine as if testing its strength. Oi, you there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as it's spotted, and a gaunt-faced man in its crisp charcoal uniform marches up the step towards me. Ugh, another tourist. Get out of here once you're done glocking. I don't know what that was. He gave me like Junker Queen vibes. A dismissive wave accompanies his equal dismissive words as he turns on his heel without even waiting for an answer for me. I look back at where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing. Just the leaves blowing gently in the cool breeze. I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Hello. I like how like the whispering thing was like hi. Hello? 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 I whisper so close I can feel the warm brush off the skin of breath on my skin. Hello. Hello. Kokona. I instinctively jerk away, but there's no one beside me. Halfway down the stairs, I spot a woman swaying in the breeze. She's gaunt as a rail, her blouse moth-eaten. I'm unable to take my eyes off her, not because the way she smiles a little bit too weirdly, or the way she tousled her braids looked unbrushed for days, but because her eyes shine a vibrant, unnatural crimson. I'm both entranced and unsettled by the subtle glow. I need to sneeze again. Ah! These days, you don't find a miracle to get in there. Oh shit, wait. These days, you need a miracle to get in there. I'm unsure how to respond, or if I even should. No, she's a stranger, man. I'm like, why are you being a bitch to her? After the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on indulging strangers with small talk. Despite my silence, she maintains her unflinching stare and smile. Lucky for you, I have miracles for free. Whatever she's selling, I'm not interested. My words come out in a tired breath. Oh, no thanks. I started down the stairs, but she abruptly steps into my path. She turns her back to me, and before I could react, she slips her finger under the lacing of her collar, stripping down to her blouse in broad daylight. What are you? As worn fabric unveils her bare skin, my panic is smothered by cold horror. A misshapen, sunken scar carves into the woman's body. Pitted and gnarled skin snakes down her shoulder, blooming up from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease this woman had ate away at her from the insides. However, she's able to move. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive, and yet the power to cure anything can be yours too. The power of the sea springs. The woman slides back into her blouse and defectively laces up. If I've caught your interest, then follow me. It's only a short walk. Without another glance, she leisurely walks down to the cinnamon stairs. Loose braids bobbing behind her, the edge of her scarf peeks out from under her collar. I stand there wordless, until I manage to regain my bearings. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. Could it be the stupidest decision in my life? But what choice do I have? I take a final look at the cinnamon shut gates and then follow her down the steps. Don't follow a stranger, guys. You don't know, even though she has a curse, and it's kind of like, oh my god, no fucking way. We descend from the highest streets, leaving behind the gilded descendants of the river. As we cross the river, the wet, desolate district feels more familiar to me. But the crimson-eyed woman takes me farther and farther. Still, I'm met with an all too familiar sight. My gut lurches when I face upon the open horizon. The city outskirts are hardly recognizable in broad daylight. Probably safer than from it. But venturing beyond Iridia's wall is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. Keep going straight, and the sea spring will reveal itself to you. I bark out a bitter laugh, loud and involuntarily. I'd rather not. Are you kidding me? It's not safe out there. You're as safe inside the city as outside of it. Truthfully, the territory before you is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? This region belongs to Eyes. Most people know him as a gang leader, but he's much more than that. Okay. How the fuck do you pronounce his name? I was like, A-I-S? Eyes? That's how I pronounced it last time. I pronounced it as eyes. And then I watched that TikTok again that introduced me to this game, and she was like, Ace? I was like, Ace? I'm like, what the fuck do you mean, Ace? And I asked my friend when we were playing Overwatch last time, like, how the fuck do you read this name? And they're like, Eyes? And only once they said Ace, and I was like, nah, it's Eyes. Eyes it is for me. I squint against the empty wastelands. Only a fool or someone with nothing to lose will leave the city. Apparently I'm both. Apparently you are, girl, but if the sea spring cured her, then I need to see what it can do for me. I set off into the waste over my shoulder. The woman calls after me. Good luck, Naoto. I hope we meet again. My heart pounds with every step I take away from civilization. The fuck did she know my name? For what it seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step, then another, until a realization hits me. I never told the woman my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me. A building nestled into a tall cliffside, but so starkly out of place it might as well be a hallucination. It drips with extravagant and honeyed mahogany, an ordinate jewel of architecture. A row of dark silhouettes stand out of the horizon. Trees, I think. Until I'm close enough to realize that I mistook the branches. 4 branches were spikes and jutted tendrils. Soulless. Several of them watch me in the distance like statues. I don't think, I just run. Exploding into a messy sprint, I push my legs as fast as they'll take me towards the decorated building. I mean, yeah, sure, but I can't run that fast, man. Flashes of last night chases me. The gushes of blood and screams of death. The smell of burning flesh and sour bite. I can't do that again. I won't. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. Hello! I gasp for air, my lungs burning from exertion. I'm desperate to be safe, but when I process my surroundings... Pretty nice. Cozy, kind of, except for the weird, like, red water. It's more hellscape than sanctuary. Blood flows all around me. Oh, it's blood. I thought it was like a red water. Overwhelming my vision with the lurid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hand leaps to my mouth. But the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead of murky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. I swallow thickly, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. That this has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Pulling my eyes away from the pool, I take in the rest of the environment. I need to sneeze again. Ah, my nose. I only sneezed once. I haven't sneezed since I need to sneeze. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seated pillows scattered the floors. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily empty it is. Okay, I can't just sit in that pillow. I like the... If I had to pick, I would rather like have the one that's supported, but I could just like lean against the pillar, but I don't really want to, you know. Stay silent. You don't know what's lurking around there. I approached the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something in here can tell me more. I reach for the closest one. I reach for the note in front of me. It reads, "Dear mother, don't cry for me. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbyes, but we'll meet again in another life. I love you very much. From Iris." P.S. If you ever see me, never speak to me again. It's written in cursive. I've never seen such beautiful handwriting. Oh yeah, I learned cursive. I can do it, but also I'm pretty shit at it, you know? Because sometimes when I'm like rushing for an essay, yeah, sometimes it just looks like shit. Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. Something or someone. I quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around me, the wooden deck. But still empty. Vacant. What's that? Finally, I stepped towards the sea spring. That stillness, the stillness hides something deeper. Something's wrong. What's wrong, girl? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of Solace. I heard you growl at me, bitch. I can growl back too, bitch. They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly, all different sizes and species, but sharing one identical trait. Glowing crimson eyes. I tried to back away, but my heel teeters over the sea spring. I'm cornered. Watch your step. It's deeper than it looks. That voice again. And the sound of it, the soulless freeze, their snarl quietens. Damn. Nice kept fingernails, I see. Is that a tattoo? Nice, nice. All the belts. Damn. I search for the voice source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. God. You look lost, little sparrow. Why do you have tentacles in the background? What is that? Why is it there? Okay, let's red piercing eyes, eyeshadow, really bright horns, earrings, maybe studs, maybe something else. Necklace, fucking deep V that gives me. I'm looking at it now, it gives me like Sasuke vibes. Kimono. Nice tat. Spiky shoes to kick him. Yeah, bah! His gaze is violet crimson, one that sears through me. It leaves me feeling raw and exposed. At least you're not naked. With the same eyes I've seen over and over. First with the scarred woman, now with the soulless circling me. All bound by the sea spring's blood red. Ba-da-bum. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. Is that a monster? Why do you have that there? What the fuck, man? I can't focus. The soulless growls rings in my ear. They're not advancing, but it could change at any second. Panic arises in my throat as I struggle to track it. You fucking... Hey! Eyes on me. My stomach rolls as I tear my eyes away from the solace. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear aside. Who is this bastard? I mean, yeah, but still, man, I'm gonna try to look at my life, man. Fucking, like, monsters are trying to out for me. Fuck you! I look into his unraveling... What the fuck? Unnerving eyes, holding his gaze defiantly. Fuck you! Is that better? A crooked grin cracked across his face. We'll work on it. I scan the soulless again. They aren't attacking, posturing more than anything, almost as they're waiting for commands. Did you tame them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. Or I can give them a reason to stop them. Or, they're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them, bastard. Bastard! How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? He gives me a non-committal shrug. Expecting mercy was your first mistake. My voice stops in my throat. This man's terror's coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. No, he's a fucking ass. I rack my brain for different ways to diffuse the situation. I need help, man. Okay, fine, I need help. So I thought this sea spring could cure me somehow. My voice wavers pathetically. Honestly, it has never been my strong suit. We'll work on it, girl. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. You'll work on it. I got you, man. He cants his head to the side, appraising me, but doesn't respond. I fidget nervously. And your face has been the same. I'm telling you, I came here for help. Are you listening? Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp huff, I reluctantly hold out my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Unwrap them. Heat rushes to my face and fire to my tongues. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command of ripping me to shreds. I don't know, man, like... Girl, if... go back. No, go back. Like... hold on. He's looking at me, and then he sees there's something wrong with my hands. Your hands. Like, yeah, what about them? Like, show me. Like, what the fuck do I have to show you? And it's like, I won't ask twice. I'm like, fine, I'll fucking show you. Here. Happy? And they like, unwrap them. Like, fine. I'll fucking show you, fucking piece of shit. Here. Yeah, no matter how many times I will myself to move, my body is frozen in place. I stand there for too long, an agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath the wrapping all too well, the hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of the bandages. Stop. Oh, finally. Oh. With a weary sigh, the man slams off the beam. You're sitting up there, yeah. So that uncomfy. It's like kind of like pointed. Or like there. No, you won't fit there. There-ish. With a weary sigh, the man slides off the beam and lands with a thud that shakes the panels underfoot. Yes? He's a monster. With an imposing figure that towers over me. I can't tell how tall he is before, but he was big. Illuminated by lantern light, his features are stronger, sharper. Yeah, you're big. But, you know, you don't have like a harness to show how big your bust is. But you're still pretty big, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Arms, yeah, boom. Nice white. There, nice white mullet going on, like it. Reminds me of like Sunny from ATs, you know, got that vibe. Subtle clinks of metal accompanied by each of his footsteps. They get closer to me. The faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he going to kill me? I step backwards. And nothing to step my foot on. I've forgotten my back was to the sea spring. I fall right before a hand catches my lower back. K-drama moment. I'm hovering above the sea spring. The scent of smoke and leather envelops me. Why is it so quiet? Blazing crimson eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. Like I weigh nothing, he guides me back to the solid ground and steps back. Following a subtle gesture from his finger, the souls around us disperse and relax. The shift in the demeanor is so abrupt it gives me whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafts. Though now I doubt I ever have to see them at all. Either way, I exhale a breath of relief. So were the tentacles like here and here, like blah? Then he was there trying to look intimidating. Were they like coming from there? And they're like, whoa. Thanks. There's the music. As focus on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. Okay, bitch. He kicks some seating pillars out of the walkway, checks the content for the kettle with a scowl. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So that's it. I'm not a threat anymore? Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. Drag a hand over my face. Exhausted by the fact that he is the second time a monster has provoked me today. That's what they are, little pieces of shit. Just, you know, deal with it. Okay, are those bandages on your hands? What the fuck? Are you okay, man? Your eyes, aren't you? Depends who's asking. Who the fuck do you think is talking to you, man? I'm talking to you. One of your friends told me that this was your territory. She also said you were the gang leader. But there's no one else here. I thought there would be more people. Ice picks up the kettle and walks over to the edge of the sea spring, then dumps out the content into the endless red. Gang took a walk. Smiling, yeah? Gang took a walk. Are you wearing proper eyeshadow as well, or it's just bangs on you, man? His pleasant smile stretches across his face, ear to ear. You said you came for help? Depends. Can the sea spring cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? Nope. Checks out the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices, he returns with the amused smirk. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow. The sea spring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. Well, what do I have to do? Drink. I have to drink from the sea spring? My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the strange liquid makes my guts churn. Yeah, but I don't really want to drink blood. I'm not a vampire, you know. And then with your fucking shoes and how many shoes and feet have been walking around this same blood water bullshit. It might be the same in that pool thing. Yeah, no, I'm good. Is there a price? Always. Ice taps his temple with a finger. You'll lose it a little bit. That's it? I might already beaten it to the punch. My humor earned an amusement-feigned grin. This is a little different. When you drink from the sea springs, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone who drank from it. Your mind combines with everyone who ever drank before. Humans, monsters, soulless. One big happy family in your head. one big happy family in your head. Fun. Wow, big family, woo! My blood runs cold. I've heard of these before. Group minds. I thought they were just rumors. I heard whispers of cults performing rituals to bind their members' minds together. It never seemed possible. Okay, why the fuck would like cults want to bind their minds together? Like, is this like a cheap way for like walkie-talkies? Like they don't need to, because they could just like... Are they saying that you can like communicate with everyone else who drank from it, or everyone's like memories from before, like their past lives, and they're just like someone's personality in your head? I don't know. But something tells me this is real, even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, eyes strides past me towards the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything. Came on a bad day. I've got somewhere else to be. There's so many questions burning up on the tip of my tongue, but many frustrations spill out before any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I got thrown and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. Yeah, they just kick you out, but you know, since he's like commands everything, yeah, he'll probably like rip you to shreds or some shit. Yeah, be nice, girl. My skin prickles. The skin of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over to the sea springs. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take Eyes' advice and clap my mouth shut. Eyes? Ace? Eyes? Ace? Ace? Ace approaches a nearby soulless, a lanky dog with 6 legs and a crown of tendrils. Several sets of crimson eyes adorned its side. Its forked tail wags rapidly when Eyes squats beside it. He runs his finger through the tendrils, scratches its chin, and pats his head. I'm gonna call him Eyes. He's Eyes. Eyes! A gentle smile plays across Eyes' lips. The affection that he holds for a soulless is painfully clear. You're a dog person. Yeah. I dip my eyes away. My stomach flutters at the tender sight. I mean, yeah, I'm a sucker for like for a dog person. Not really a cat person, so you know. It's getting dark, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Following on a short whistle from Eyes' lip, it chops over to the entrance, obediently tail swaying. I watch the soulless whirly. Pretty, it's not a word I would use to describe it, and its idea of protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink now, how should I find you? Find someone with eyes like mine, they'll point you in the right direction. But think over it. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I have another option for my curse, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at its measured distance and watch it nudge the giant doors open with ease. Strong dog. Bye-bye. I'm about to cross the threshold. I sneak one last glance behind me. My heart skips when I meet Eyes' eyes. I'm about to snap my head away, but he flashes me an easy smile. Is that a smile? Okay. Till next time, Sparrow. I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. You guys got like Coke or something? Like tea? I'll drink water? I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another curt nod. Okay. See ya, mate. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless gutter about. It's hard to believe that it's the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, roll around in the bog's mud. They pay no attention to me, and as the dog-like one escorts me away. It's an unedible trip. Sometimes the soulless look over its shoulder at me to make sure I'm following. I'm coming, little one. Dusk darkens the sky by time we reach the city. The soulless sits and looks at me expectantly with familiar crimson eyes. Pet the little one. I'm nervous as I am. I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless tendrils and scratch beneath its chin, just like as Ice did. It pushes its palm in response, rumbling with a sound akin to a purr. The vibrations are soothing, almost healing my fatigue. Oh, little one, I'll buy you like a dog. When it's satisfied, the soulless spins around and scampers back into the direction we came, vanishing into the darkness. It's barely my first day in Iridia, and I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible. Tamed soulless being one of them. My head spins. Maybe I should call it a day. Back to the pub. Oh, is it a pub? I think it's a pub. Back to Linder. Woo! Nearly there. Nightfall creeps across the streets of Iridia. The city labyrinth, even in the daytime, has been wardened of treacherous alleys. The streets are completely deserted. If I haven't been here earlier, I would have thought that this part of the city is abandoned. I make my way through the winding streets, doing my best to keep my bearings towards the wet wick. My steps slow when I hear a rustling in the dark. I strain my ears, but everything is still. Is the silent pain tricks on me? Okay, when that happens, I just like move a bit and then listen again to see if my mind's like tricking me. Nah, something's wrong, man. Of course something's wrong. The fine hairs on my back of my neck prickle. A frisson of discomfort running down my spine. Something is wrong. My eyes dart from one side of the street to another, searching for movement, but the shadows are deeper and darker as pools of ink as I see nothing. I can't stay here. I need to reach a busier part of the city. Drawing my cloak tight around my body, I hurry on my way. Though as I keep my eyes sharp and listening intently, there's only one sound of my foot. The only sound of my what? As I keep my eyes sharp and listening intently, there's only the sound of my own footsteps. Right. Yes. As the moments pass, as nothing happens, I begin to wonder, maybe did I really imagine that noise? I turn the next corner and my thought came to a screaming to a halt. My head spins, the world blurring as an adrenaline rushes through my veins. The only thing is clear and amidst my haze. The solace that attacked the caravan. What up, you little piece of shit? We meet again. It crouched over a dark, indistinctive shape, a body. The garland of the intestines spills from the flesh. Blood grouts the cobblestone for a mercy. The soulless is too distracted by its meal to have noticed me. My feet feel heavy as stone, but I can't just stand here. Holding my breath, I take a step back. When the wet slurping sound don't abate, I take another, then another. Then a shard of glass crunches under my heel. Of course it did. Because then what's gonna happen? It's gonna fucking look at you. The world seems to slow it to a crawl as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one, its bulging eyes fixed unblinking to me. It's really here. It's come back for me. Run. I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the darkened street. Behind me, a piercing bass splits the silence. A heavy footfall pounds after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take random turns, trying to lose it in the maze of streets, but I can't seem to shake it. I hear its breathing now, wet, fluttering rasp, going closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arms wiped out. I ducked, saved by pure reflex. I skimmed around the corner. I take 3 running strides before the bottom drops of my stomach. A wall twice as high as me bars my way. A dead end. Dun dun dun. When I turn around, the Solace looms in the entry of its alleyway. It's no longer running. It doesn't have to. As it prowls closer, my thoughts race. Some of the buildings lining up the streets are lit. There must be people inside. It might be a long shot, but... Try the nearest door? I whirl, grabbing the handle of the closest door. It turns completely, the hinges creaking as I push. I feel the flash of hope before the weight of hits. Wait, what? Wait, what? I whirl, grabbing at the handle of the closest door. It turns completely, the hinge creaking as I push. I feel the flash of hope before a weight hits the door from the other side, slamming it shut. Okay, you little piece of shit. The click of the lock turning its grimly final. In this richer world, a few people will stick their necks out to help their own flesh and blood, never mind a stranger. The soul gives a raspy... Okay, hold on. You little son of a bitch. You couldn't even leave the door open just like a few more seconds for me to run in and then close the fucking door, but no, you had to go and close the door and fucking lock it. Just leave me out here to fucking die, you little piece of shit. You would think that at that time you would just lock your door in the first place, but no, you had to leave it open just in case. Maybe if the souls were smart enough and fucking just opens the door out randomly to see if it's unlocked, or even if like the fucking soul is powered up, it just slashes the fucking door either way, and then you would die with me. The soul gives a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before it lunges me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to a side, but its slick cobble slow to betray me. I fall sprawling over the rough stones. As the Solace looms over me, I scrambled away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere else to go. It descends on me for the kill. Abba! Katong! But the impact never comes. Saw girl. I really cracked one of my eyes open, then the other, not sure whether if I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained, one hand outreached. Saw girl. I do, but I don't like that. Nice blouse, cloak, yeah, pants, boots, loving it. Knife, nice. Beauty mark, nice. Okay, nearly there. Kind of. Got a quarter way left. Okay. Moonlight silvers the edge of the stilettoed knife, their face and hands splattered with blood, and the solace. My art darts past the unexpected rescuer. To the misshapen formed behind them, the solace many eyes, once restless environment, now dull and waxy. A red pool slowly spreads slowly under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. It's dead. After the people it's killed, and after nearly killing me twice, I can hardly believe it. Well, I gingerly take the offered hand. The stranger gaze dips into my bandages. Pale lips part on the brink of question, then closes again. With the strength of Belay with the slight frame, they pull me to my feet. As soon as I'm on my own 2 feet, they pull me away and start wiping the blood from their face and hands. Stay there. They turn away from me stiffly, leaning over the soulless, gangly body. With their back towards me, I realized I saw their hooded silhouette at the Cinnabon. You were at the Cinnabon! I've seen you before. You were at the Cinnabon early, weren't you? The caster wearily looked at me. So what if I was? The harsh response takes me back. Before I can formulate a response, they continue. What were you thinking traveling alone at night? Okay, she looks pissed off. What were you thinking traveling alone at night? Ooh, I like that part. That's nice. This is a far more worse than... Wait, what? This is a far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads or tails. First they save me, now they scold me. Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. Their attention glides back to the soulless corpse. They examine it with an unexcruciable I clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Naoto. Min. Suddenly, Min tenses. The blade flashes as they drive it back into the soulless neck. The soulless thrashes it once, letting out a rattling hiss as its air leaves its lung. Min leans onto the blade, diving it deeper and deeper until its sickening crunch and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds into my chest. It must have been clinging to life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdrawing the blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put the wretched thing like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood of their knife. That swift, unhesitated, lethal strike wasn't work of an amateur. But they didn't seem like any cold-blooded killer I've seen in the past. Why is Soulless in the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns on me. You're new here. There's no walls around the city. Soulless can come and go as they please until someone is contracted to stop them. The Cinnabon patrols don't bother to protect Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the Cinnabon. I wouldn't go that far. The brow abrupt furrows as they sheath their knife, mentioning me to follow them. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in the city. I trail behind them as they stride down the street. If it's too dangerous, then why are you helping me? I came for the bounty of that soulless, and you were in the way. Okay, girl, what the fuck, man? Not killing you is the same... Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on yourself so lucky again, or you'll be dead by sunrise. The answer is stingingly harsh. You know what? Fine. Fuck you, piece of shit. I just need to find my lodging. I hold my hands up, trying to restore any more snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. You little piece of shit. What makes you think that I'll help you? Nothing. But there's no harm in asking. Duh. That caught them off guard. The brows knit and they look away, scowling. How troublesome. Naoto? Please save me. Chris! The music changed too. I'm surprised by the voice. Curious walks down the street towards us. His white and gold clothes is pristine despite the grim of the city. Hello, Min. I see that the soulless was your work. Min shrugs, a familiarity to the way they regard each other. I didn't know you had friends, Min. I don't. Freelance is a Freelancer's work is dangerous. And Curious is the doctor, that's all. Sure. Naoto needs to get back to wherever she's staying before she wanders into another jaws of her solace. It is late. Were you able to find a place to stay, Naoto? I'm staying at the Wet Wick. Both of their faces fall. I see. Would you like a guide? It would be preferable to be wandering about alleyways. That would be nice. Thanks. Min clicks their tongue and sighs, soundingly putting you out. Going to the Amirals district? That gaudy suspect? Come, this way. I don't know how to say that district. I don't think I ever will, unless someone says it for me. Despite Min's clear distance, when Curious led me down the street, they kept pace with us. Catching my curious glance, Min arrows narrow. It's not safe this late. I don't care about you, but Curious is the only doctor worth in this damn place. Are you like this with everyone? The deadpan look Min gives me is answer enough. I catch Curious hiding a slight smile. Sorry, I don't handle with people with like full cold exteriors and me having to like break them down the fucking walls. Fuck that shit. I suppress a sigh. I resigned myself to a grumpy shadow all the way back to the Wet Wick. The route Curious takes is completely different from the slow meandering early in the morning. In no time, he cuts through the darkened streets and twisting alleys. And we're back. Suck. It seems like half the city has poured into the Amaryllis Colorful streets, laughter, clinking glasses, and music assaulting my ears from every direction. The most noise still comes from the Wet Wick. Its doors hang wide open, lanterns lit. Here we are. He moves towards the door and Min lets out an audible huff. Don't tell me you're going in. I have quick business with Linder. Ugh, fine. He still owes me for yesterday's work. They drag their feet, reluctantly trailing me into the tavern. As soon as the door opens, a wave of sticky heat rolls over me. In the hours since I left, the wick has gone suffocatingly crowded. Curious stands out, easily a head taller than most. Even so, I nearly lost sight of him in the mist of swarming bodies. Pardon me? The crowd parts as though answering his request. Curious glanced over his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows Curious at a clipped pace. My ears. Leader is right where I left him. Though he's traded places with the bartender, he holds a pair of shot glasses filled to the brim with luminous green liquid. And for the finishing touch, a flash of magic paints the glass white with frost. You're never gonna guess what's in these. Linda slides the glass across the bars, and I get my third and fourth shots of the evening in rapid succession. Eyes lean against the bar and elbow propped onto the counter. He catches the glass and lifts it to the light before turning it upside down. The contact magically congealed stayed firmly in place. La jelly! You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you're wasted already. Ver perched up to the bar counter beside Eyes, taking a single look at the shot glass and shakes his head. What have we here? A bucket full of boogers, Linda's nose treasures. You've eaten worse. Ver's lips twitch and ears flatten when Eyes offers him a glass. He turns his cheek with a sniff and Eyes just snickers. Coward. Don't tell me you're actually in a fluid motion. Eyes throws his head. Wait, what? Eyes throws back his head and downs the shot. Yes. Drinking that. A dark look crosses Eyes' face. It's chewy. Chewy? Wait, let me try again. Behind me, Min grumbles. I told you this place was a cess of degenerates. If it isn't Curious and Min. At the sound of Linda's voice, Min Pale's eyes grew wide. They look ready to bolt until Curious sets her hand on their shoulders. I promise this won't take long. Min's eyes start from Curious' hand to his face, then softens. Fine. You first. While they step forward, I linger behind, struck of a sudden revelation. All of these people I've met today know each other. Good evening, Linda. Eyes. Another drinking competition, I presume? Oh, is it evening already? I could have sworn it was earlier. No fucking way, you fucking alcoholic. You're either alcoholic or you're a workaholic. Either way, you're one of them. Just some friendly rivalry, doctor. Nothing to be afraid of. Curious acknowledges Linda and Eyes, slightly nodding, ignoring Vera entirely. Not that Vera seems to mind. He tilts his head and then impishly smile curves his lips when he spots Min looming silently behind Curious. I almost didn't see them, Min. Looking for your booster seat? Min pushes back their hood, their level Vera with a cool look. I thought Eyes wasn't allowed to bring his pets in here. The Vera's tail gives an angry twitch. Aw, cute. Azure. At the first sign of impending fight, Linda vaults clear over the counter. Oh, you mean like he jumps over the counter and slides between Eyes and Curious? Now, let us keep the peace. It's not every day that the esteemed doctor takes up on a drink. His arm snakes around Curious' shoulders. You're finally taking me up on that drink, right, Curious? I'm afraid not. We're meanly escorting Naoto back to her lodgings. Curious gestures in my direction and my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into the light. You mean the whole time they didn't fucking notice me just standing nearby them? Okay. As soon as he sees me, Linda's the face brightens. Aww. Naoto, it's been a while, everyone. This is Naoto. She's new to Iridia. I feel 5 pairs of eyes fixed onto me, and suddenly the bar feels suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. Hi. Actually, I've already met everyone. Hi again. You've already met? Eyes and Vera level with me with a subtle, amused expression. Vera tail gives a lazy wag. We did. Not that long ago either. I'm starting to suspect she's stalking me. He looks far too pleased with himself when I rolled my eyes. This calls for drinks. What does everyone want? Damn, you're so skinny, girl. What the fuck? Sorry. Yep, fucking shorts, harness. It looks like he's wearing leggings. I mean, not leggings, like sheer high, knee-high socks. But I guess it's like a whole boot thing going on there. Damn. I still can't believe that they all know each other. Watching them talk amongst themselves feels surreal. But for the first time since I undertook the journey to Iridia, I feel a faint glimmer of hope. I know I was meant to meet them. The low peasant rumble of the Linda's laugh pulls me from my restless thoughts. Ha! Well, color me surprised. You make friends fast, Naoto. What do you think my second half of my name is Icebreaker? I like to break the ice. I wouldn't go that far. More like acquaintances. Oh shit, sorry. A wise man once said that acquaintances are merely friends you haven't shared a drink with. A wise man. You said that. Here. Last week. I can hear Min's lip curl with distance from across the bar. Leanders clears his throat and continues unperturbed. Let's toast to Naoto's health. Care to join in, Doctor? Kira's politely declined with a wave of his hand. How about you, Min? No. Are you... No. A resounding pop pierced in the din of the bar. We are all turned in the direction of the noise. Ver looks almost bashful as he accepts an overflowing flute from the bartender, poured from a bottle so old its label has been worn blank. They serve champagne here? Since when? Ver pauses in the middle of licking champagne foam from his fingers with a coy smile. You don't mind, do you? And the transformation as impressive as his magic trick. The concern of Leander's face vanishes. He laughs softly. No, be my guest. I know you have expensive taste. Then he shouts at the bartender, a frantic look. Unbothered or uninterested in his company, eyes can't his head at me, a light smile at his lips. How about you, little sparrow? I did say I'd buy a drink. How about you, little sparrow? I said I'd buy you a drink earlier. No. My treat. Eyes regard leaners over his lips of the glass. In the dim light, a glint of crimson eyes looking downward, dangerous. Jealous, are we? Competition, is it? What will it be, Naoto? Water. Water's fine. Allow me. Lena pushes away from the counter to flag down the bartender, leaving me curious and more distantly Min. I'm not least be surprised that neither has ordered to order anything. They seem both ready to leave at any moment's notice. Me. At like a party most of the time. Water is a wise choice. Is it your doctor's duty to encourage sobriety? Akira shakes his head with a patient smile. The drinks are notoriously watered down, mostly to cut costs, but it encourages the patrons to overindulge. Min looks up from the No. Yes. The min's here. The drinks here are notoriously watered down, most likely to cut costs, but it only encourages the patrons to overindulge. Min looks up from adjusting the laces of one of their braces. The only reason anyone bothers coming here is for cheap rooms and cheaper drinks, perfect for conditions for terrible mistakes. It almost sounds like you're speaking from experience, Min. The pale face reddens and only look away scowling. Leander returns with a glass of water that I accept with a murmuring thanks. He claps, drawing the attention of the group. Alright everyone, let's toast. May Naoto's stay in Iridia be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers! Leader eyes and Vers raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms and Curious watches with politely indifference. The water is bitter, cold, and tastes faintly metallic, but I savor it all the same. Gradually, the din of the crowd fades into a low murmur. I find myself relaxing for what it feels like the first time in years. Oh, hassa, bro. Aren't you the popular one, Naoto? I'm guessing you met Curious first. You fucking know that because I told you that Curious sent me to you. I need to sneeze. It would be more accurately to say that I found her. He did. And I was not wearing any clothes. Saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although I must admit I was confused why I woke up missing all my clothes. Leander makes a choked noise somewhat behind him inside. It's not what you think. Nelthor was in grave condition. I could hardly treat such injuries through tattered clothes. The silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to face Curious' disappointment, and catches Ver snickering behind his head. Oh, fuck off, man. That's my cue to change the topic. I need to sneeze. Oh, okay. Curious isn't the only one who saved me today. Don't you listen? I didn't save you. You were simply there. That's Min for you. Leader reaches for Min, but they ducked under his arm with practiced ease without so much looking his way. As reliable as they are moody. You're the one who talk, considering you neglectedly to warn her to stay off the street at night. Oh, I must have gotten a little distracted. Min's only response is a short breath. At any rate, I've never got a chance to thank you, Min. Don't. The less soulless alive, the better. For a heartbeat, Min's eyes flicker towards eyes and their lips twist. Eyes too busy nodding along to Ver's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice, lost no doubt in unthrilled discussion. I've had enough of this hellhole, let's go. Min and Kura has shared a brief look and then the doctor speaks up. Very well, but there is something that I must discuss with Leander, if you excuse us, Nalthor. And just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to sip my water in silence, or so I think, until I hear a voice so soft and low it's practically a purr. Fuck off, Ver. Lost your tour guide? I turned to find Crimson and Pink Eye trained on me. It's not lost on me that they choose the instant the others left to strike. Just my luck. I had to be abandoned with the two most irritating people I've met all day, monsters or not. There's no telling that I'll do what I'll do if either of them push me again. Beat the shit out of him and then slap him. He's got a collar, just yank his collar. And then him, just beat the shit out of him. He's fine. He doesn't have soulless on him. Ha 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 ha! Don't tell me Leander already snuck off to get his knob slobbered out back. He's got business with Curious and Min. I need a drink, hold on. 2-on-1 business? Isn't he lucky? I can't tell if it's the champagne or the company, but Ver has grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his chin propped up to the back of his palm, his ear twitch whenever he hicks up, shakes his shoulders. Why are you so far away? Come, join us. He pats the empty bar stood beside his eyes, but hesitate. The smile Ver wears is sweet and distinctively sly. And with the drinks into the mix, I dread how he is when eyes will mess with me next. Not a fan sitting next to a drunk, just saying. I don't know. Dealing with them, I'm just like, oh god, I don't want to be here. We don't bite. You may not bite. But this one might bite. Fucking hell. Actually, no, you said we. I call bullshit. I'm not sure about that. Just hours ago, he tried to rob me and you threatened me. Me? Still? Surely you must be mistaken. You sure it was me? Yes, it was you. And then you had the gall to kick me out just so you could go drinking. He gives me another of his shrugs. I was lonely. A simpler answer than expected, but I guess I couldn't fault him for that. No, he just wants to go out drinking. Fuck off, man. Some host. Ver suddenly slumps forward, gossamer sleeves pooling where he rests his elbow on his knees. I sets his hand on Ver's waist, narrowly preventing him from tipping on the counter. Sure. How about we start fresh? Begin with proper introductions. Get off on the right foot and whatnot. I'll start. The name is Ver, hunter extraordinaire. Ver's right hand flutters to his chest and he bows his head, flinching when his hair falls into his eyes. Eyes doesn't say anything. I suppose it's my turn. You already know. I'm certain you already know my name. Hard to not know when Linder shouts it every other second. Oh, Linder! Ver tips the backs of his head and drains the rest of his champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Naoto. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Naoto. He says my name slowly and deliberately, saving every syllable. A tingle jumps down my spine. I turn away and gaze away. Naoto? I smirk at my reactions over the rim of his glass. Is something funny? Nope. I open my mouth and close it just as quickly. They want me to react, goading at me into another ridiculous game. While their sharp cat-like eyes keep me on edge, something on this tension is fun. No, it's not. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. Fuck nah, man. Beat the shit out of it. It must be exhausting. It must be the exhaustion. Yeah, sure. A flash of white. A flash of white over eye to shoulder catches my eye. Across the bar, Kuru's head for the door. I don't say Linder or Min, but it feels wrong to let him leave without saying goodbye. I'll be back. Ver hums and wags his finger at me as I leave. Ooh. I slip the crowds, carefully not to touch anyone as I'm nearing Curious. I staggered shoulder, checked by the man with the neck thicker than both of my thighs. He stares down at me, nostrils flaring. Out of my way, shit stain. Asshole. I muttered while massaging my throbbing elbow. The roughneck wheels around, shoving a bloodhound out of the way so he can close in on me. What did you just say? He shoves me back, sending me stumbling into the sticky floor. To the sticky floor. I'm fine, but my heart leaps into my throat when I'm seeing the roughneck bearing down on me. You trying to start something here? The roughneck freezes, the fist cocked back, a ground of bloodhounds called by the commotion circling him, sizing him up. For what it feels like an agonizing long moment, the roughneck looks from me to the bloodhounds. Finally, he sniffs and spits onto the floor next to me. The lob nearly misses my cheek. Screw it. Too many freaks in this circus tonight. He turns his back on me and comes face to face with eyes. A dangerous smile spreads across his face. You'll do. And what happens next is a blur. Yep. A fist crashes into the roughneck's jaw, causing an eruption of gasps, shouts, and even cheers around us. I scramble to my feet right as the frantic crowd swarms around me, cutting off my sight of everything and everyone else. Aw, he came to save me. Thanks, eyes. That or he's fucking bored. Through the ruckus, I hear Linder shouting, Hey, eyes, take it outside. Ignore them. Everyone, look, drinks are on me. With those 4 words, the wicket erupts to hoots and hollers. Woo! The ring around me disperses as the bloodhound and onlookers rush towards the bar. Through the thinning crowd, I catch the glimpse of familiar faces. Eyes vanishes out in the back, dragging the roughneck behind him. Curious lingering near the door, searching. I suspect for any wounded before he departs. Min draws their hood up tightly and slips out a side door, while Ver leans over the counter to swipe a glass of wine from behind the counter. And Lena's seated at the opposite end of the bar, gesturing dramatically and apologetic at the bartender. In this space of a heartbeat, I realize there's no telling when I'll see if any of them ever again. Whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak to tonight. I follow. Linder! Nearly there. Linder! For the second time, I find myself squeezing through the crowd to reach Linder. As soon as he sees me, his easy smile fades. Are you alright, Naoto? I'm not used to someone looking out for me with such earnest concern. I've been through worse today. From the sounds of it, you've had quite the day. How are you holding up? Could be better. Nothing bad concerning I've been threatened, robbed, could have come close to dying too many times to count. I should have known not to let you out of my sight. Oh my god. How about next time you want to see the city, I come along. I can be your personal guide. Oh, please. Yes, come along, Linder. You've already helped me more than enough. No, never. Linder signals for the bartender. I'm parched. Do you want anything? IRL, yes, but I'm good. Just water, please. Make that too. No way, you're fucking drinking water? No fucking way, man. I thought you were an alcoholic. Once he ordered, Linder turns back towards me. Did you at least try to get any good food? I had one of these fried dough sticks from a vendor near here. As soon as I begin describing my meal, his eyes brighten with recognition. Ah, the long lads from Wenstall. You gotta try them with porridge. There's another store about a block away with these rose water rice flour cakes. Take one bite and you'll think you're transported to some high town pastry. I think. The fuck is rose water rice flour cakes? Rosewater mochi? Oh? The bam! You open your eyes and you're still in the same trash-lined street as always. Oh, you're so funny. When he laughs, his hair falls over his eyes. He shakes his head and pushes it back. I'll show you sometime. If you decide to stick around Lowtown, that is. Well, I don't have any fucking money to go anywhere else, so I have no choice. The radio Linder describes it is as far from those I've experienced. But if you live here anywhere long enough, I suppose it becomes home. It seems like I'll be here for a while. I'll take you up on that. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses and pushes them our way. Cheers. Nina clinks his glass against mine. The ice-cold water goes down easy. It was a surprise finding out that you know each other. I didn't think Iridia would be so small. Do you know how many times I've tried getting them all in one place? It's impossible. Like trying to herd a bunch of soulless. I take it you know them well? Depending. Was there anyone that you're curious in particular? Papa, Curious! Do you and Curious work together? Occasionally. Did the mysterious competent doctor catch your eye? Tsumetai no hito. I get the impression that he's a bit cold. Linda nods. A doctor with his level of expertise and purpose service impossible. He never warned you if something is gonna sting or stinging is the pain. Huh? And stinging with the pain medicine too. But at least he treats everyone the same. That's something, I suppose. Min's interesting. Not that forthcoming though. Ah, Min, my favorite grouchy freelancer. What's your impression of him? Is that? They're a testy one. You got that right. Sometimes even paying Min for work can be a struggle. Min works for you? Contract only. Min refuses to join the Bloodhounds, but they take jobs from me often to qualify. Just don't ever call them Bloodhound, okay? I'll get an earful. Eyes. So you're friends with Eyes? I have been for a while, but he's rarely in town. Where'd you even run into him? The Sea Spring. Linda chokes on his drinks. He violently coughs into his fist before giving me a surprised look. You went all the way up there? How did he treat you? Co-op. Intimidating, to be honest. Don't let it get past you. Does well in Iridia because you know how he knows how to scare people. He's a monster. You really don't think he's a threat? Not in the slightest. I like to think of us as rivals, and we keep each other on our toes, you know? Don't you think that being rivals with the monster is a bad idea? If you wanted to disembowel you, it'd be easy. No, it's not that serious. Sure, Eyes likes to toe line on purpose, but he's not such a bad guy when you get to know him. Oh, you're blushing at him! Oh my god! Linda sighs and takes a swig from his glass. Ver. What do you know about Ver? Linda shakes his head slowly and his expression graves. A living example of the Cinnabon's cruelty. Most days they keep him on a short leash. I'm surprised you ran into him. So tell me, what did you make of him? Shiritai? I want to know more about it. Wouldn't we all? He's mysterious, but not just because the Cinnabon keeps him locked up. The way they treat him is just not right. Do you know why he's a prisoner? Nobody knows. He's been in prison for as long as anyone remembers. But whatever he did, he must have been awful considering the punishment. Oh, he's charming, but like any monster, he's dangerous. If you ever see him out hunting, you'll know what I mean. Linda swirls his glass, choosing his next words carefully. Don't fall for his looks. He'll rip your throat out for fun. Well, of course he would. Of course he would. Fucking ass. Well, that's about covers it. Are you tired of standing? Let's find you somewhere to sit. Linda pushes away from the bar, beckoning for me to follow him. He leads me to a small booth hidden in the nook of the bar. A pair of bloodhounds notice him and immediately leap to their feet, offering their seats to us. As I slide into the booth, a web of graffiti scratched into the booth's top table catches my eye. The deepest grooves from the outlines of the dogs forms Linda's poster. Dozens of them roughly etch their names surrounding the name, some fresh, some of them well worn. What is all of this? It's a tradition. When someone joins the Bloodhounds, they have a drink with us and they carve their initials. The barkeeper must love that. After the first year, she finally stopped charging me extra fees for damages. 2 years and countless drinks later, she added her own name. You're not planning on recruiting me, aren't you? He quickly shakes his head. Not yet. You need time to think about your own path. Do you know what you're gonna try next? The question gives me a pause. I take my hand out under my cloak and rest them on the table. Do you think you can help me? Of course. We can find answers together. Linda starts to stretch for me as though meaning to take my hand before stopping himself. His eyes flickered to mine. I won't fail you, Nelthor. And if you ever need a taste of normalcy, I'll always be here for you. Aww. My chest tightened so as the memory of touching him. Even now? Lida swallows at the table groans under his elbow and leans forward. Oh my god, he's so close. Ah! The booth is so narrow, he nearly blocks that he completely blocks my view of the bar counter. It's almost as though Linda and I are completely alone. But he's also fucking huge, man. That's what you want. Oh, goddamn. How did it make you feel? It was warm, exciting. I don't know how to describe it. Linda rests his right hand onto the table. He looks at me, smiling when I place my hand in his. Slowly he begins unwinding the bandages, stopping every so often and glanced at me. As my skin became visible, I cast a nervous glance around the bar. But as far as I can see, no one's paying attention to us. Linda squeezed my hand gently. Aww. No one will notice. Oh, God. He pulls back, raising his hands. Oh god. He pulls back, raising his hand to his mouth so he can tug his glove with his teeth. The muscle in his forearms tighten as he flexes his fingers. Okay, no need to flex. No need to flex. Okay, our eyes meet and Linda offers his hand again. There you go. Hand holding on demand. Oh, I love how forms in my throat. I'm certain Linda sees it. My face, the flicker of desperation. His voice lowers to a whisper. Anything you want, Naoto. Fuck now, god damn it. 手を貸してよ、座って。I reach out, allowing the tips of my fingers to glide along the lines of his palms. He shudders with a nervous laugh. Oh my god. It tickles. Fuck. Emboldened, I tie our fingers together and give an experimental squeeze. His hand is so soft. Somehow I expect it to be more rougher. Lena turns, looks from our hands to me and smiles. Nice, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I've done this once already, but it still makes me lightheaded. I'm not sure if I'll ever get used to this. And yet, I want to be even closer. My heart has filling my ears with a pulse that growls unbearably loud until I pull my hand back. You right? I can barely hear his words over my pounding heart, but I managed to nod. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I'm just getting a little dizzy. Oh god. It gives me a gentle smile, eyes crinkling at the edges. You've had a long day. You deserve some rest. I do. I just want to sleep. Lucky your room is just upstairs. Want me to walk you back? Yes. I shake my head. Was that a heartbeat that I heard? What the fuck? I shake my head and began wrapping my hand back up. With each deep breath, my head feels more clear. I'm fine, but thanks for everything. Damn it, man! No, walk me back! No, why did you say no, girl? Remember what I told you. If you ever need a break from the chaos of the city, I'll always be here for you. When I rise, Lena gives me one last smile. Aww. Good night, Naoto. Night. Good night. I strode upstairs, but as soon as I leave Lena behind, the warmth of his skin still lingers on mine, burning through the bandages. Oh, we made it. Linda's still hot, as always. Linda offers you something that should be impossible, a taste of normalcy free of your curse. As the first person to withstand your touch could change your life, but some things are simply too good to be true. Linda promises to help unravel your curses. But at what cost? I mean, yeah, sure, fuck it, man. I don't want to lose my mind drinking fucking blood water. I mean, fucking blood. Thank you, guys. Make sure you check it out if you're interested. It's good stuff. Woo! Okay. We finish. I did my second run of this game. It is late. I need to sleep because I didn't get that much sleep before, and because I gotta do my tutoring lesson in a few hours, so... Oh shit! No! Okay, okay. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for everyone who came by to watch. Hope you enjoyed the second playthrough of TouchStarved. I was gonna say untouched that's not right. TouchStarved. And I don't know, hopefully I can play something else later today. But we shall see. Shit, I keep pressing that. Fuck. Anyways. Good night. I'll see you next time. Bye, Linda. Okay, good night. Bye-bye.